It's time now for Your Community Today. Laura from Impact Corry talks with Perry Wood from the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority on June 30th, 2023.
Hello again, everyone. This is Laura from Impact Corry. We are a nonprofit organization focused on reinventing rural through community, economic, and civic development. Today, I am sitting with Perry Wood from the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority, also known as ECRA. Hello, Perry.
Hi.
How
Thanks
are
for
you
having
today?
me. I'm great, thanks.
It's good to have you here. Why don't you start us off by sharing with our listeners what your organization does?
Sure. So the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority is an authority of Erie County government whose specific role is economic and community development funding. We do that through grants. We do that through loans. We design programs for all over Erie County, and then we implement them. We monitor them. We make sure that the funds are spent appropriately, and then we report back to county government what all the money was spent on and the good stuff that's happening in places just like here in Corry.
Excellent. What would you say your priorities are with this visit to Corry today?
Well, we like to get out of the office and see firsthand the projects that we're funding. It's a great opportunity to meet with the leaders that are involved in these projects and hear their perspective. We use the site visits as an opportunity to, obviously there's compliance issues, but even more importantly, what are you going to do in the future? Tell me what's going on in your community. What are your current revitalization strategies? Are there plans that we haven't talked about for a while or I need updated on? Is there any kind of studies or directions that you want to share with us? Oftentimes, it's a great back and forth dialogue, and I get to share what I've learned from other communities. So it's kind of like reaping what we sow.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. That's excellent. What have been your impressions of what you've seen and heard today here in this visit with Corry?
Well, I always tell people when we're working on rural economic development that Impact Corry is a phenomenal model. And with what you've accomplished and where it's headed, other communities need to emulate it. The reason is because it's a great mixture of the civic sector coming together with businesses, the business sector, and then local elected officials. When you get all three of those groups collaborating in a community, you get the best results possible, and you leverage everybody's talent, their investment, their time, and you see projects come to fruition much easier with community input and buy-in. And as a funder, that's like a warm blanket.
Right. So again, this is Laura from Impact Corry. I'm sitting here with Perry Wood from the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority. So after gaining some perspective, what do you envision going forward in partnership with Corry that can help meet the goals of your organization, the city, and the county?
The goals that we look at when we go into a community, we want to know what are the big projects, are they sustainable, how are you funding them, and to what extent do you need us to be a part of that funding equation? We can never come in and fund something in its entirety. In fact, the board has a strict local match policy for this exact reason. We want to see that there's local skin in the game. I mean, money is a sign of buy-in, right? Financing is a sign of buy-in. But we also want to learn to what extent we can be involved in the financing package because we need to continue to evolve as well. So, are the grants the right size? Do we need new or different programs? Do we need to look at financing in addition to grants? Could there be a loan package of both? So it's exciting from that perspective because we get to constantly be innovative, but we do it through focus groups, really. Focus groups, these visits. In the past, we've done listening tours. Go around, we'll meet with as many leaders from the community as possible and say, where do you need us to be? Where are you at as a community? Where do you need us to be? And how can we go there together in the future?
Excellent. Anything that I haven't asked you that you would like to add to this conversation? Or
I guess I would just like to say that I'm very proud of the partnership we have with Erie County government as well. If you don't know how ACRA works, it is a board of directors oversees the organization, and they're appointed from the 7 districts of county council, which is great because it gives us geographic representation from all throughout Erie County. It's not urban, it's not rural, it's not suburban. It's a careful mix of all 3 of the main zones of Erie County. And that's great. You see that in the results. You see that in the funding. You see that in the spirit that we're all in this together. I like to call it Team Erie County.
Nice.
And we've had a great relationship with county government. And one of those examples is that they have us administering American Rescue Plan Act dollars, so the local stimulus package that came out. So Corry has been able to take advantage of those because of our grant programs.
Excellent. Again, this is Laura from Impact Corry, sitting with Perry Wood from ECRA. Thank you again. It was very nice to meet you.
Thanks so much for having me. I really enjoyed my visit.
Yes, excellent.